Hey, how's it going? My name's Dennis Demijola. Today I'm going to be talking about my choice pick for Thailand, an artist that goes by the name of Dao Bandon, originally named Diem Sexiri. Uh, the album that I'll be discussing is Man on a Water Buffalo. It is a compilation album, and normally I don't promote compilation albums. I like the idea of a studio album being created deliberately or more thematically as opposed to just a best of album. Those are fine, and I understand that some studio albums from various time periods and then from various countries, that was just the norm to make a compilation of good songs without a real theme, a connecting theme. This, however, was just a bunch of singles put together, and I'll get into that a little bit more in a bit. But first, I want to go into a little bit more about the artist himself. Dao Bandon, like I said, originally named Tiem Sexiri. Dao Bandon means, I don't know how it's actually pronounced, but the name that he went by means star born in a village high up in the mountains. This artist is a little unique because he is another fusion artist, combining genres. And a lot of these artists that I pick often are influenced by Western music. They sort of either fuse it with their own traditional music, or they're just doing their own interpretation of Western music altogether. So this artist is combining two genres, Luktung and Molam. Now, those are two genres, neither of which are Western themselves. Luktung is a blend of Western instruments with Thai lyrics about rural life, love, and social themes. Molam is a more traditional folk music of Thailand, incorporating instruments like the cane or keen, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but the instrument itself is a bamboo mouth organ. And also, most of his music was written by himself, the lyrics at least, and they were written in the Isan language, which is a dialect of Thai, not Thai itself. So for those Thai speakers that may not be 100% clear on what he's saying, I don't know if that's more because he has a different accent or if it's a different language altogether. I don't know how different it is from Thai, seeing as how I know neither Thai nor Isan. But I do know that the music sounds good, and this is an awesome album. This is actually, I know I was talking about the fact that it's a compilation album. A lot of these countries, this artist is from like the 1970s, so a lot of artists in the 1970s are under authoritarian governments, and censorship was just very fun for the government. A very popular activity among these authoritarian governments. So, incidentally, this is one of the artists that survived that censorship, mainly because most of his songs were not political in any nature. They were just simple love stories or about nature, rural life, a little social commentary, but not so much related to the government. It would probably be more interrelationship stuff. I'm assuming I don't speak his language, so that is what has been described to me based on my reading of which is from music forums or ChatGPT. So you're welcome to do a more thorough investigation if you wish. But like I said, a lot of these artists at that time period from various countries under authoritarian rule, what's left from them is compilations because the studio albums are just so hard to find. This artist, I believe, was more of the type of artist to just release singles, and so this compilation, "Man on a Water Buffalo," is an album released, decades after these songs were produced. So, yeah, a little bit more about the music itself, and I honestly think this album's like, it's not available on streaming, but it is available on YouTube if you look it up. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. I'm gonna play a little bit of it on this video. I'm gonna play more than I usually play. I'm gonna pick a few songs for this artist just because I want you to see the range, or just like, I want to emphasize the instrumentals and his soulful singing because the instrumentals are awesome. You hear electric guitar solos, you hear saxophone solos. I mean, in the background there are flute solos over his, like, behind his singing, and his singing itself very soulful, very passionate. And there are moments where it's like, oh, he's singing along with the music all together, and then music cuts out and it's just him singing, and it's awesome. I mean, it really sends chills down your spine. But it's bluesy. It's got rock riffs, solos, funky bass line, haunting organs, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but in his adolescence, he went to a monastery, like a Buddhist monastery, and he went there to be a monk. And so while he was at that monastery for whatever time, he learned chants, and it's been said that he incorporates, that style or whatever he learned in the monastery, the Buddhist monastery, into his singing. I see him as kind of like a Ray Charles figure who, turned like gospel songs into R&B songs, and that was controversial for Ray Charles because like, oh, that's church and you're making it about women and stuff like that, and he got flack for that. But I don't know how much flack Dao Bandon got for doing something similar, or at least I think it's similar. But either way, I learned some stuff from reading his liner notes, and then also ChatGPT, as usual. Thank you for doing the Googling for me. Then I also Googled it, which feels redundant because I already used ChatGPT, but you never know. ChatGPT might have missed a website or something, But yeah, no. So I'm gonna play a little bit from the album. I want to play like 3 songs, and so like I'll play a little something here. Awesome. Now I'm gonna play another song. First, that was track 6. Now I'm going to play a little bit of tracks 8 and then 11 from this album, Man on a Water Buffalo. And again, I think it's worth buying the album on disc. I don't think it's available in any other media. But it is on YouTube if you just look it up. So yeah, I'm going to just play a little bit more. Okay, so that was track 8, and I just love his singing. So I'm gonna play a little bit more um, from track 11 just to show more of his versatility as a vocalist. So
ตายช้างอายบ่จมโอ้ยน้อง
love it. Okay, thank you very much. I don't care if you like, comment, or subscribe, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out Dao Bandon's Man on a Water Buffalo. Thank you.